Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, The Black Accountant. It's your boy Mo, and if you haven't already done so, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and let me know of any kind of content you want to see going forward. So, I'm actually here in my, I was gonna say studio apartment, my one bedroom apartment in Chicago. So today's video, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about living alone for the first time and moving to Chicago. So most of the people that were originally subscribed to me are from California or know me from California. So I actually moved out here for work. I came out here for a corporate job. I already knew that the offices were going to kind of reopen pretty soon, and that's kind of the main reason that I moved out here. And I moved out a little bit earlier than I needed to, just because I figured that since COVID was still kind of going on and we were still unsure about the future a little bit, then rent prices would be pretty decent, which I was right because I scooped a one bedroom for a lot cheaper than you could probably ever get in like a city in California, especially in LA. So being that I am in Chicago, I do live a little bit more north, so it would be a commute to get to the office once it reopens. I think maybe it's like 10 miles from here, but in California, that would probably just be like a 20-minute drive over here. That's with traffic and how far it is, and like most of it being public transportation would be somewhere between like 40 minutes to possibly an hour. So, um, I just wanted to talk about that transition a little bit. So, I will say there's a lot of pros and cons. So I'll just start with like the pros of living alone for the first time is interesting. You know what I'm saying? Like your time is really your own. You can make your own decisions. And I know as an adult you generally can make your own decisions if even if you're living with family or like roommates or anything along those lines, but not having to really check in with other people and just doing everything the way that you want to do it is a really good feeling. Like I'm not even gonna lie about that or front about that. Um, but I'd say probably one of the bigger cons is that your time is really all your own. So it's up to you how you want to spend it. But at the same time, living alone, you have to find ways of occupying your time. So for me, that hasn't really been too much of an issue just because I work a corporate job. So they already kind of work me a lot. Like I already work a little over 8 hours a day as of right now. And then outside of that, I do this YouTube stuff, I do some podcasting, and then like I've just developed a couple of hobbies just to keep myself a little bit occupied. So that's probably one of those things. And there's just times where it's just straight up quiet. So you have to really get comfortable or be comfortable with yourself to be able to live alone, especially in a city where you don't know anybody. So obviously that's just my case, but for a lot of people that move out, they generally stay within the same area. Um, so there's that. But it pretty much, I just wanted to show off a little bit of my new camera in a way, and then just learning a little bit more editing because I wanted to do a little bit of a voiceover of some shots that I took. So I might do that in the editing, and just let me know if that's trash or not because I know it's not that great since I'm just learning it. But I wanted to do that because for my next couple of videos, I wanted to do one where it would be just a day in the life, as in just of a consultant, more specifically within like the delivery section, because that's what I do within tech consulting. I wanted to do just like what that day would look like, and then I also wanted to do like a little tour of my apartment, and then just kind of like the stuff that I have. So those were like those main things there. But outside of that, it's been weird because I came out here during a time where it's really hot. So just during that summer transition. And then Chicago summers aren't hotter necessarily than California, but it's more moist because it's really humid out here. Especially like I don't know if I mentioned this already, but I live right across from Lake Michigan. So the humidity here is usually anywhere between like 50 to 80%. So average days is usually 60, 65. Okay, so this is Lake Michigan, like I was mentioning. It's a little, like about a block away from where I live. It's not the nicest area, but just because the day that I was filming this was during my lunch break and it was a really crowded day, so there's people all over. This was probably one of like the more secluded areas, so I kind of just chose to set up and film over here. It's maybe a little bit over 10 minutes of content. I have to edit out a lot of it. And then this over here is just also a little bit more of Lake Michigan on the way to the Loyola campus, which is one of the universities really close by, which just overlooks the lake. So I think I have a little bit of footage of the campus as well. That's one of the buildings, the glass one right there. Um, I don't know if I want to add like the little wave crashing sounds, but then it's going to be a little bit too loud, so I think I might just keep it this way. And then this is also like another part of the campus. It's actually a relatively small campus, but it has really nice buildings, as you can see. Probably part of Chicago's thing is its architecture, so I was also kind of just new to this camera, so a lot of the picturing and framing is and videography is pretty terrible, but self practice. I also kind of want to note that I don't feel like I generally have too much stuff to talk about right now. I wanted to upload some more YouTube videos just so that it doesn't feel like a really long, dry period of time where I'm not uploading anything. But I also am not a fan of making manufactured content, like just having to think of something just to post something. So I figured like, hey, what's the most applicable to me right now that I could really upload? So that's probably what the content's going to look like for the next while until I either hit some inspiration or start going out. So I kind of had this thought that I wanted to do some fitness journey type videos. I wanted to do some exploring Chicago since I'm very new to the city. Maybe like doing like once a week going to like a cafe or going to like some kind of thing out here to just to film it and then just post that. So let me know what your thoughts are on that. I just want to diversify a little bit. But other than that, I might be going live next week. I'll probably post that to Instagram and then probably in the description of this video since like my channel isn't big enough to do announcement type posts for YouTube. So watch out for that. But yeah, let me know in the comments of anything you want to see going forward, like I mentioned at the beginning, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.